I went out for a steak the other day, ordered it, and realized I couldn't eat it.
Hey there, sports fan. Wrestlers are constantly feuding, sometimes for serious reasons, and sometimes because a big guy sat on one wrestler's pet snake and then grilled it into incredibly dry hamburgers. This feud is one of those. Ox Baker, 6'5", 311 pounds, and looks like a Popeye villain.
First I broke his hand, then I broke his wrist. Tonight I'm gonna break his wrist.
His finisher, the heart punch, which is where he punches his opponent in the heart, one time killed a guy.
2 men in wrestling have died from this punch.
One time killed 2 guys. Ox Baker came into ICW wrestling and immediately challenged rugged Ronnie Garvin, who wasn't overwhelmed or underwhelmed, he was just kind of whelmed.
Said he was going to slap my face, and I told him he could very well do that in the ring.
Short little Ronnie Garvin was also far from a size queen.
Size is not important to me.
RG decided to take the fight straight to the OX.
A couple of times, and I picked him up, slammed.
After a particularly whimsical elbow, Ox's dentures fell out of his assumedly garlicky mouth. Ronnie Garvin decided to touch another person's dentures with his actual hands.
At this time here, I was thinking, it just came to my mind, why not crush him?
As anyone would. On the first day of middle school, some girl nudged me and said, "Excuse me, you're standing on my retainer." And ever since that day, I've regretted the fact that I didn't just crush him in front of her stupid face.
Crush him. And here I stepped on him and crushed him. And
But here's the thing. Ox Baker may be a Bobo from Double Dragon, but he's also a real-life person. What happens when they go home?
You know, Ronnie Garvin, you are an idiot.
Turns out Garvin's dental terrorism had knock-on effects.
I went out for a steak the other day, ordered it, and realized I couldn't eat it.
That's a level of inattentiveness that I respect and admire. Ox's dental handicap didn't stop him from ordering the steak, and it didn't even occur to him as a problem until he was gumming a porterhouse at Ponderosa.
You realize how hungry I was that day watching people eat steak around me?
Looking around at all the happy families celebrating their birthdays.
I had to go to the supermarket and get me a can of soup. Yeah, it's funny to a lot of people.
Understand something. Ox Baker's sense of self is entirely steak-based.
I love steak, not soup, Ronnie Garvin.
Imagine all the young fans having their birthdays ruined as they gaze past the ice cream machine and see Ox Baker, despite all of his talk on TV, unable to actually eat a steak in real life. I told you it was fake. My cousin says they use ketchup for blood. They're actually all friends in real life. Your parents are getting divorced because of you.
And I don't even want to talk to you, idiot.
I don't blame you. Half toothless and facing financial ruin on account of all the uneaten steaks and cans of soup, Ox Baker, no longer welcome at the local casino, turned to the only place he could, The Price is Right.
Ox, what do you do?
I'm a professional wrestler, sir.
But fate, as we know, is a cruel mistress, and instead of winning new lower teeth or the money for same, Bob Barker gave Ox Baker a new stove to cook more soup and a wall clock to count down the rest of his steakless life.
Now you've had enough, bitch.
4 soup-soaked years would tick by until Ox Baker would finally get a chance at revenge. But what would be a fitting revenge for 4 years of bad breaks and gummy steaks?
I'm gonna shave your head. I'm gonna say you're just a little runt.
That's right. If we know one thing about Ronnie Garvin, it's that he loves his luscious locks more than he loves his family.
You ain't gonna do.
Incensed by the simple thought of losing a single strand, Garvin preemptively attacks Baker with hopes of ruining what's left of Ox Baker's pathetic life, maybe by touching his top dentures with his disgusting little hands. Bob Roop and Outlaw Ron Starr defend their fallen friend and hold Garvin still while Ox stalks Ronnie's locks. And if there's one thing I know about pro wrestling, it's anytime a guy comes at someone like this for a while really slowly, it always works. Except this time. In desperation, Ox sprays shaving cream in Garvin's eyes, but it's too late. The Italian stallions hold Ox while Garvin snips away half of his mustache. The only manhood Ox has left except for his actual penis. Utterly humiliated, and now at only half physical strength on account of his missing handlebar, Ox was relegated to street fighting for any scraps of soup he could get his spoon on. And the rest, as they say, is...
Hey guys, somebody making soup?
You know, a lot of times after I get through wrestling, I see kids with cans of beer. They think that's the thing they do. To be the part of the group nowadays, you gotta have a can of beer in your hand. You know, around the country, we got a lot of public libraries that these kids, instead of a can of beer in their hands, you can have a library book. You don't have to be drinking. That's not cool. You know, you like to be with the groups and be cool. Ox Bigger's never drank, and I'm not gonna drink, and I better not catch you kids drinking.